All right, I'm going to go ahead and call this special assembly meeting to order. Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Mr. Rivera.
Present.
Ms. LaFrance. Mr. Constant.
Here.
Mr. Dunbar. Are you on the phone, Mr. Dunbar?
No, I am. This is Austin.
Okay. Mr. Dyson. Ms. Kennedy. Here. Mr. Perez-Verdilla. Mr. Peterson.
Present.
And Ms. Quinn Davidson, you're on the phone, is that correct?
Yes, I am.
Mr. Littleton.
Here.
Ms. Dolatel. Here. Mr. Dunbar, is that you on the phone?
Yes, I just called in.
You have a quorum.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ms. Pearson, can you please lead us in the pledge?
Certainly. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. All right, so we have one item of business before us, item 4A, update on pending Regulatory Commission of Alaska review of the sale of Emmeline P. to Chugach Electric. Ms. McPherson, can you get us started?
Certainly, Mr. Chair. As an initial matter, I want to introduce the folks who I have here with me at the table. Ann Henderson, General Manager of MLP, who you all know. Also have John Reed from Concentric Energy Advisors, who have been advising us on the transaction since the outset. I know several of you heard from John's colleague Dan, who's in the audience during the previous presentation regarding the deal last year. And Dean Thompson, our regulatory counsel, who has been leading the charge for us at the Regulatory Commission. And to this body, I really want to compliment the job that's been done by our team at the Regulatory Commission the last few weeks. So today I'll seek to meet with you in we will seek to meet with you in executive session to provide you with a further update on the process of proceedings in front of the Regulatory Commission. Pursuant to Anchorage Municipal Code 230.035B3 or B1, the Assembly may recess to meet in executive session to discuss a specific legal matter including pending litigation. All information we share and glean in this session is confidential. No official action may be taken in executive session except to give direction to an attorney or a labor negotiator regarding a specific legal matter or pending labor negotiations. All of this I know we've reviewed before, but I think it's important to make sure we go through it every single session. This session will be taped. Tapes will be available to members of the body and authorized staff only, may be discussed only in further executive session. The tapes will become public at the date specified by the Assembly at the conclusion of the executive session. Again, as we've discussed, with a pending legal matter, that date is when all potential appeals of the final decision have expired, and that timeline has expired. Any discussion which occurs in this executive session should only be discussed by this body in future executive sessions. Any member who needs to leave during the session may leave, but may only be updated on the discussions after his or her departure in a subsequent executive session or via review of the tapes. Special invitees, employees, and staff members that the body determines are necessary to the conversation may remain in the meeting during executive session. I think there are a number of members of the administration and the team that have been working on this deal who should remain in the room for this discussion today. Our new ethics code states that no public servant shall use, disclose, or release confidential or non-public information gained through the person's municipal position unless authorized by law or order of the court. Any violation is referred to the Board of Ethics. Additionally, the municipality may pursue a civil action against an official where the release of confidential information adversely affects the outcome of litigation or any other pending legal matter or negotiations or leads to increased financial liability for the municipality. Such disclosure could also subject a member of this body to recall election. The code does not, as we've again discussed before, the code does not specifically provide for just collection and destruction of notes. That has been past practice of several municipal attorneys. If you'd like me to collect your notes and shred them at the end of this session, I'm happy to. But if you elect to take notes and keep them with you, I just remind you that those notes are as confidential as the discussions that we have here today, and it is your fiduciary duty to protect them from disclosure with the same kinds of potential consequences attached if those notes were to become public. With that, I would say again, the team, the Municipal Attorney's Office and our team working on the Regulatory Commission review of the municipal light and power transaction seeks to meet with the Assembly today in executive session to discuss those pending legal proceedings. And I would seek a motion from the body to move into executive session to discuss these matters.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Want to note for the record that we've been joined by Ms. LaFrance. And then before we vote on the motion, I'd like to get all of the administrative staff and other staff that's going to remain for executive session to put their names onto the record. So if we can just start from the folks at the table and then we'll go into the audience.
Certainly, Becky Whitpearson, Municipal Attorney.
Annie Henderson, General Manager, Municipal Light and Power.
John Reed, Concentric Energy Advisors.
Dean Thompson, Temple, Huffman, and Ellis, outside Regulatory Council.
Alex Slivka, Chief Fiscal Officer. Bill Palsy, Municipal Manager.
Barbara Jones, Municipal Clerk.
Jennifer Van Clausen, Deputy Clerk.
Jason Bockenstead, Deputy Chief of Staff of the Mayor.
Lana Brass, Chief of Staff to the Mayor.
Ethan Berkowitz, Mayor.
Ralph DeWare, Assistant Municipal Attorney.
Dan Dane, Concentric Energy Advisors.
Diaz, Deputy Municipal Attorney.
Kristen Smith, Communications Director for the Mayor.
Iris Secrets, Special Assistant to the Mayor.
All right, thank you. Is there any objection to going into executive session? Seeing none, we are going into executive session.